Blog Talk Radio.
Fuck, the motherfucking saga continues.
Yo, what's up, world? It's badass thuggin' like I usually do. And you better turn it up, bust some speakers out, cause we off the motherfucking cuff. You dig how we do it? Dog Pound Gangsters 2000 and beyond. Blech.
What's up with it, John? Man, don't change that down. This your play upon the legendary cocaine. And you tuned in live to Off the Cuff Radio. Better not touch that down. Wiggling.
Yeah, this is Cassidy, the hustler. And right now, you listening to the Guillotine. Show them the respect they deserve, man. Off the Cut Radio, man. Y'all already know how they doing it, man. I need y'all to stay tuned. They've been doing it for years, so show them the respect they deserve. And you heard it out of bars, mouth. Easy.
Keep it moving like this. Yo, this your boy Rampage. You're not rocking with the best. With Off the Cuff Radio. Classic. History. Fix your face to all you haters. We off the cuff, baby.
What's up, everybody? This your girl, Bonnie Dollars, the Queen of Trap, representing Crenshaw, and you are now tuned in with Off the Cuff Radio. What's up?
What's up, y'all? This is Miss Irresistible, giving a shout out to the livest show on Friday nights, Off the Cuff Radio, and I'm live from the 704. Make sure y'all tune in for the blazing hot music.
What it ain't, what it do. It's Chili Chill from that original Lynch Mob. And Off the Cuff Radio, always where it's at on Friday nights. West, y'all.
Fuck, the motherfucking saga continues.
Yo, what's up, world? It's badass thuggin' like I usually do. And you better turn it up, bust some speakers out, cause we off the motherfucking cuff. You dig how we do it? Dog Pound Gangsters 2000 and beyond. Blech.
What's up with it, John? Man, don't change that down. This your play upon the legendary cocaine. And you tuned in live to Off the Cuff Radio. Better not touch that down. Wiggling.
Yeah, this is Cassidy, the hustler. And right now, you listening to the Guillotine. Show them the respect they deserve, man. Off the Cut Radio, man. Y'all already know how they doing it, man. I need y'all to stay tuned. They've been doing it for years, so show them the respect they deserve. And you heard it out of bars, mouth. Easy.
Keep it moving like this. Yo, this your boy Rampage. You're not rocking with the best. With Off the Cuff Radio. Classic. History. Fix your face to all you haters. We off the cuff, baby.
What's up, everybody? This your girl, Bonnie Dollars, the Queen of Trap, representing Crenshaw, and you are now tuned in with Off the Cuff Radio. What's up?
What's up, y'all? This is Miss Irresistible, giving a shout out to the livest show on Friday nights, Off the Cuff Radio, and I'm live from the 704. Make sure y'all tune in for the blazing hot music.
What it ain't, what it do. It's Chili Chill from that original Lynch Mob. And Off the Cuff Radio, always where it's at on Friday nights. West, y'all.
Fuck, the motherfucking saga continues. Fuck, the motherfucking saga continues.
Yo, what's up, world? It's badass thuggin' like I usually do. And you better turn it up, bust some speakers out, cause we off the motherfucking cuff. You dig how we do it? Dog Pound Gangsters 2000 and beyond. Blech.
What's up with it, John? Man, don't change that down. This your play upon the legendary cocaine. And you tuned in live to Off the Cuff Radio. Better not touch that down. Wiggling.
Yeah, this is Cassidy, the hustler. And right now, you listening to the Guillotine. Show them the respect they deserve, man. Off the cut radio, man. Y'all already know how they doing it, man. I need y'all to stay tuned. They've been doing it for years, so show them the respect they deserve. And you heard it out of bars, mouth. Easy.
Keep it moving like this. Yo, this your boy Rampage. You're not rocking with the best. With Off the Cuff Radio. Classic. History. Fix your face to all you haters. We off the cuff, baby.
What's up, everybody? This your girl, Bonnie Dollars, the Queen of Trap, representing Crenshaw, and you are now tuned in with Off the Cuff Radio. What's up?
What's up, y'all? This is Miss Irresistible, giving a shout out to the livest show on Friday nights, Off the Cuff Radio, and I'm live from the 704. Make sure y'all tune in for the blazing hot music.
What it ain't, what it do. It's Chili Chill from that original lynch mob. And Off the Cuff Radio, always where it's at on Friday nights. West, y'all.
Same shit, and the niggas that surround me on the same shit. But I make my best moves on my own. Don't really wanna be seen or known, cause I'm on the same shit.
DJ Livewire. Audio Pin.
I don't build.
Babyville DJ.
Fit, clean, whip, filthy. I don't never make it to court. I'm guilty. Who's at your door? Nobody, but it will be. If you mention my team, then you gon' have to kill me. Duffel bag villain, I've been at it all night. Trying to take over the world, mama told me live right. No, she hate the way I'm living, long as my son is alright. I'ma keep taking flights, I'ma keep sending kites. Free the real, even if they did it. I was on a visit when I seen the Senate. But when you in the Bing, it don't make no difference. On that dance floor, reminiscing. My niggas know magic, the ops go missing. I hope nobody missing me swimming with the fishes. I hope he got robbed, they heard that he was snitching. But if you ask me, y'all niggas tripping. I'm out on bail. Still doing the same shit. And the niggas that surround me on the same shit. But I make my best moves on my own. Don't really wanna be seen or known, cause I'm on the same shit. And the niggas that surround me on the same shit. But I make my best moves on my own. Don't really wanna be seen or known. Yacked up, all my niggas act up. Fuck a tap, all my niggas got it up. Riding around, hunting out. It's my favorite sport. I could cut you in or out. I'm a real boss. Never shit on your day one. That's a real log. You can't tell me nothing that I never heard before. Nah, I ain't easily amused. So if I flirt back, that don't mean I'm feeling you. But you can take me on long walks through the mall though. Trips beyond the border. Where is Waldo? I could be your bestie. You could be my bankroll. Corona got me feeling like the braces on my ankle. But it's not either way. It's fuck the cops. These is my streets. These is my block. Yeah, and it's still fucking op. Let a bitch try me, she getting popped. Still doing the same shit. And the niggas that surround me on the same shit. But I make my best moves on my own. Don't really wanna be seen or known, cause I'm on the same shit. And the niggas that surround me on the same shit. But I make my best moves on my own. Don't really wanna be seen or known.
DJ Livewire. Audio.
What it is, what it do. This your boy King Ed the Great. You know, I tune into a very exclusive episode of Off the Cuff Radio right here. Sponsored by Buddy Boy Entertainment. Sponsored by Fleetwood and the Cod Pickers. Core Financial, Jesse Boutique. Big shout out to my co-host in spirit, T-Match with the Facts. Ill out of Sandman and Candace Cooper. And I'm here in the building. I'm about to give y'all an exclusive interview with possibly one of the most talented women out there in the NYC right now. She got a new mixtape out titled Out on Bail, and she's with us tonight. Let's all welcome PURLY Wyte to the show.
What's goody, what's goody, what's goody?
What's good, love? How you doing?
I'm actually feeling a whole lot better, by the way.
That's good. That's good because, you told me that, you've been on the grind. You've been handling your business. Even though it's 4th of July, the hustle don't stop.
Yeah, I went out to Baltimore on the 4th with my people from Philly, and we did a show out there, and I literally just got back. I went to Fridays and got me a cheeseburger. So I feel better. I took a bite of the cheeseburger. I feel a little bit better. So,
Hey, let me tell you this. That's what the grind is all about, man. It's like, you're pushing that brand heavy. There's really no off season.
Definitely not.
But going on here, first of all, I gotta ask you, like, how's everything going with you tonight? How did you enjoy your weekend? Did make you feel welcome at home?
It was super dope. The crowd loved me. They loved me before I even got on the mic. So that's super dope. And that was only my second time being out there in Baltimore. Last time I was in Baltimore, Farrakhan did the Million Man March like 6 years ago. So from that to now, and to still receive the love, that's super dope. So I had a great time. My hotel, I'm not going to put them on the map, but that shit was ass. I waited for my refund, but besides that, I had a good time.
And what's dope, too, is also just seeing everybody out again, enjoying themselves, because what 2020 showed us, that it could just be taken within a Thanos snap. You know what I'm saying?
That is a fact. I'm so happy to be outside. Like, I never, that's why, anytime somebody say, oh, come through, I'm on a plane or I'm driving, because I was in this house for so long, just cooped up, writing, thinking, brainstorming. I'm so happy to be able to execute everything that I had put in motion,
And and while everybody was quarantined, there was a lot of music that was coming out and released at a frequent pace. And you dropped this mixtape titled Out on Bail. Let's talk about that, though, for those who are already familiar with you. What can we expect out of this project that's different from the other ones you put out?
Different from the other ones, I would say that I grew up a lot. I don't want to say I grew up to certain people's standards and expectations, but I grew up according to what I used to be. So I elaborate more on life things, and I generalize things. I try not to get myself indicted now, things like that. But definitely authenticness. Definitely I've always been authentic. But I just feel like maybe what you could find different from this project than my other project is I grew up pretty much.
Now, do you have any videos out for this project?
I have 4. Oh yeah, I actually do. I have the video Tonight with J Nam. That's from the Out on Bail project. Jadakiss and Styles P is in that video. They did a cameo for me. I have a video coming out most likely next week. I'm waiting for the editing. I got Manolo Rose from Coke Boys and Rockefeller. He's in that. It's called The Lifestyle. Then I got 2 other videos coming out that I'm just trying to get the right editor to get it out to my fans.
And that's dope, because one thing I've seen from when you do your videos, it tells a story. And the visuals always got to have a storytelling method behind it. Because the video brings the song to life.
Say that one more time, the last part.
Yeah, I was saying, because the video usually bring a lot of songs to life. Because, with some of the videos that I've seen of you, it tells a story. It has a storytelling method to it.
Oh, thank you. It's totally by accident. I have to say that. It's totally by accident. I was trying to go places where, I try to show love to Yonkers. So my last video is straight Yonkers. I'm on my block in Yonkers and things like that. That was, that was just a normal day of activities. That was just a regular day. In Yonkers, they had the midnight games, which is a basketball game, was really huge. They had people, cooking out, people playing dice, people be chilling on the stoop by the laundromat in a Chinese store. That's all regular. So, my other videos, it's real regular. I don't know what video you're talking about per se, but I feel like a lot of my videos are hood videos. I'm trying to get out of that, so.
And you tell you're from Yonkers, and so tell us about what was like coming up in that era.
I'm definitely from Yonkers. I live in Connecticut now, but growing up in Yonkers, you definitely gotta be tough because we got jokes for days. Like starting from elementary, as soon as you get in that public school, we got jokes, and you better either know how to joke back or fight. So you know what I'm saying. So it's definitely tough, but it's also extremely fun. I mean, I had a blast or whatever, but DMX, he from Yonkers or whatever. So as a kid, I was able to see him regular. Like to me, he was a superstar. To him, he was just regular on the block. But you know what I'm saying? I was able to grow up and have snowball fights with Jadakiss because he used to always be right where that video is where he's always at, and he's always been there since I was a kid. Like so, I used to be on that corner for the school bus with my uniform and shit like that, and it was dope. But you can also end up in a lot of trouble, too. But I done got sent up north a few times as a juvenile. But, you know, I took it upon myself while I was up. My last bid was for a year. I took it upon myself to tell myself I want to change my life and figure out how to stop getting caught when I do stupid shit or really think, is it worth me doing this stupid shit? Like, I really had to, you know, reevaluate certain things as a youngin', because I was in the system real young. So, and that's how I ended up moving out. My mom moved to Peekskill, which is probably like 30 minutes away from Yonkers, and she wanted me to better myself and get an education, and I graduated from there. And I actually got my rap name from Peekskill.
And coming up around Yonkers, too, see, around that era, keep in mind, I'm letting my audience know that this was before the social media era. Like, you had to be face-to-face, and you had to cut jokes face-to-face, face in contact. So that built, like, a lot of character. You couldn't do it behind a laptop. You couldn't behind trolling.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a fact.
And,
it was
and on top of that, too, it also sharpens your wit.
Yes, I think that actually helped me become a writer, because the rebuttals, you got to have fast rebuttals, and sometimes that's what you need in the music game too. It's like you rebuttaling a lot, so definitely keeps you on your toes.
And then around this period, you find an interest in doing music. Like, what made you be like, okay, this is going to be, I want to take this craftsmanship real seriously?
I've, as a kid, I've always wanted to be a music artist. I found out very young that I couldn't sing, but I could rap, and I could write, and I could write poems, and I could flow. So, you know, I just stuck with that. When I like I said, I was sent up north. When I got sent up north, it was nobody but me and my pen. Like, I started getting sent up north at the age of 12. So at the age of 12, I don't have my friends around me no more. I don't have my security clutch, my mom, and all I had was my notebook and my pen. So I just so happened that people like me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, I'm going to just keep, you know, fucking with it. And, you know, I ended up running into the right people at the right time. But I always wanted to do it, honestly.
See, what's dope about that, too, is people usually find less motivation when they lock behind the walls, especially when they find they ain't going to be able to see the daylight again. But with your story, it's the complete opposite. If anything, you probably wrote like 4 or 5 albums out in there.
PURLY. That's a fact. That's a fact. And I will be the one, like, during shower time, they was calling me Doobie upstate. So they were like, Doobie, could you do that song, da-da-da-da. Like, even in high school, like, I was like, once I got out of there and shit like that, even in middle school, all of that, like, we would be beating on the desk. spitting and stuff like that. Like, it was just always a thing. I it's just in me. Like, we, remember the grinding beat? I would be the one on the table doing the beat, the grinding beat, doing the do you really want to party with me? Doing that beat, and we just all be having fun spitting and stuff like that.
And what's interesting too is around that time where, like you mentioned before, where you had the Locks and DMX, it was a time where you had to really be on your A game when it comes to the penmanship and the bars.
Oh,
and
you couldn't just be regular. You can't do what they doing now. That shit was not flying. What they doing right now in the industry, don't get it twisted, is cool for the kids and all of that. But for people that need substance, and you couldn't come around with that stupid shit. You couldn't. They would kick you from the table. You would have to leave this lunch table. You got to go to the other table. Like, you couldn't come whack. Like, that shit to me, like, what's going on now would be considered whack back then. Like, period.
See how sharp a lot of those guys were. They made it to where even with me, I was like, man, look, I can't rap with these guys. When you start hearing verses like Big Pun's Dream Shatter, you hear DMX and Stop Being Greedy, I said, nah, I'm just going to stick to what I know best, just being an interviewer and a journalist, because I cannot rap with these guys. But today, you feel confident. I feel confident I could put out an album. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like you could put out an album, goddamn. Y'all coming up, all you need is auto-tune. You know what I'm saying? And then a little ad-lib. You lit. Or a TikTok video? You gonna pay one of these TikTok niggas? You lit.
Because back then, and this was around the epicenter of 1998 where things was getting back to the street. When you had things coming back to the streets, you had Pun coming out, DMX coming out, Cannabis coming out. I said, shit, I'm not rapping with these guys. I put my book of rhymes away. I'm just going to focus on being the best journalist. Now, I might come out, I might drop a single on my birthday.
I got some shit. You like, I got some shit, man. I'm about to, you know, where's my snare? What are these niggas talking about? But that's the fact. Actually, when it comes to social media, like, I was always lit with, like, social media. Like, my Twitter just got deleted for 84,000 followers. But the way to really talk to people, like, I always knew Jadakiss, like, knew of him, he knew of me, but he knew that I rapped because I went up to him and started spitting. And it was me and my friend, her name's Jasmine. She spit too. She used to spit. And we had, like, the back and forth thing going, like, just like him and Styles used to do, or just like Mason Puff used to do. So we was going back and forth. That shit was so fire, but we did the groundwork. Like, that was the time. It was before it was so easy to just spam everybody. Like, we did the actual groundwork. I was 18 when that happened. He was riding one of them razor bikes up and down the block. I'm like, what is this nigga? I said, yo, Jazz, that's Kiss on a bike. And this is the only time you can catch him by himself. Because anytime this guy's outside, he's surrounded by people. And I don't really want to, be that person. Saw him by himself on the bike. I'm like, yo. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of person that I am, period. Like, I be on the block. You know what I'm saying? I was like, with a crate. Like, I'm really like that.
So in coming up with your stage name, because I love asking this question to all my guests, like, what was the motivation behind your stage name?
All right, so boom. Remember I told you when I was up north, my name was Doobie. So, and then my mom moved me to Peekskill. Like, even like up in, I had so many names. My name was Dynasty, DY Dynasty. I had fucking mad little names or whatever. But I didn't want to take. When I went upstate, I stole somebody else's name from my hood. Not my friend. So I'm like, yo, call me Doobie, right? I just always liked the name, and he wasn't up there, so I'm like, fuck it, call me Doobie. So everybody upstate calling me Doobie. So once I got back home, mind you, I was upstate for a year. So once I got back home or whatever, and I was in Peekskill, met these guys. They was called Third Family or whatever, and they was in the booth or whatever. G2 and all these things. They was in the booth, and I was like, we was about to write a song or whatever, but I told my people like that brought me to the studio. My boy Loso on Young Harlem. I'm like, yo, I don't really want to be called Doobie no more. Like I gotta come up with a name. I don't want to do that. Like I gotta figure it out. So we sat in this car that did not work. I don't even know if this shit had wheels on it, my nigga. I don't fucking even know. But we sat in this car just thinking of names. Swear to God. We sat in the car just thinking of names. And I used to wear this white North Face. And remember when Soulja Boy came out and Girls Shake That Laffy Taffy Fable? I used to wear the white sunglasses. Like I was like,
yeah.
I was on fleek. But fucking and you know I got a nice smile and shit like that. But one of the homies, Young Harlem, was like, yo, your name should be Coley Montega. We're gonna call you Coley. And I was like, I don't like that because there was a girl at the school named Nicole that we used to call Coley. So I'm like, I don't, you know, that's like stealing another nigga name again. I'm trying to get away from that. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I can't be called Coley Montega. It's too many Coleys. So then he was like, how about Pearls or Purly Wyte? So I was like, all right, fuck it, that shit sound hard. Everybody calling me Pearls for a long time, like just Pearls. And then I had an ex-boyfriend or whatever. He was like, if you want to promote yourself, everybody's calling you Pearls. Do you want to be Pearls or Purly Wyte? You got to pick. Like, I'm like, I'm Purly Wyte. He was like, all right, so then that's it. So that's how it's so, you know, that's the main thing. But before, everybody was just knew me as Pearls, Purlz. And I tell everybody that's because of my smile or whatever. Everybody thinks it's because I sell crack or some shit, but I don't do that.
That's what it is. And you developing your style. Your style is very, you know, I listened to the other freestyle you did off the Gin and Juice beat. So that showed me right there you also a student of the game.
Yeah, you want to know something? You should also listen to Know the Ledge. I remixed one of Rakim's songs, Don't Sweat the Technique. You should listen to that. It's on SoundCloud. I think you might like that too. But actually, I did shows with Rakim and Snoop Dogg. And when I met Snoop Dogg, I said, yo, I remixed your songs, man. I'm about to do a video. You know, that's what's up. That's what's up. So I got his blessing before I just took the beat and ran with it and did the video. But yeah, those guys have longevity, and I like to study people that are still, even now, Michael Jackson passed away, Whitney Houston passed away, but there's certain songs that come on, you can't deny their greatness. So, in their talent, and it's timeless, you could jam to it, you know what I'm saying? So I try to make songs that are timeless, and or try to like study people that are timeless, because that's where I want to be. So me doing shows with Snoop Dogg, Prodigy, Rakim, Slick Rick, even Lloyd Banks, Styles P. I'm studying Cameron. I'm studying and learning and trying to, even in music, I want the same thing. I want to be able to have my song play after you listen to a new Kodak Black song. I want Pearly Wyte to play, or whoever the new kid is in a few years. I want Pearly Wyte to come on. They still jamming to that the same way it was jamming when it just came out.
Hey, you know what? With you being very observant of the game and you studying that, I could tell by you believe 110% behind your craftsmanship. Like, even when you take on the stage, it ain't really to outdo those guys, because, you know, when you're in an opening act, it's more so to show and prove, to stand out for those guys.
Right. When I do those shows, I try to fill their crowd. I try to make the crowd like me as much as possible. Like, I've done shows with rap. I went on tour with some dude named Emilio Rojas and High Res. High Res ended up doing a song for like Pornhub, and he was all over Pornhub and stuff like that. You probably don't know this guy. I didn't know him. Both of them, I did not know these guys. Like, Emilio Rojas did a BT freestyle, but I didn't really know them when I was on tour with them. But I knew that they was gonna bring a crowd, so I was like, all right, let me get on this tour. And I was taking a crowd. So when I do shows with the bigger artists, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to gain my fan base. But I'm also trying to learn, like, people that I want to learn from. Like Little Kim. I learned a lot from Little Kim. I learned that Little Kim works her ass off. Period. Because these other guys, when I watch these guys go on stage, 2 Chainz, they don't move. They don't move. Little Kim dancing. Little Kim getting it rocking. Like, these other guys, you know, besides Freaky Zeke from Dipset, they just standing still. Like, well, I still learn from them, too. I learned poise. I learned how to get the crowd to say, everybody say, oh. Automatically, they're going to say, oh. I don't know why, but they fucking do. And I learned that from Rakim. So, you know, I try to study certain things like that.
And I'm glad that you brought that up about the importance behind stage presence because, number one, it shows a connection to you and your fans. And number two, that's where the guaranteed money is at pretty much in versus selling records. So that's why we tell a lot of acts, you got to improve in that stage presence. That's the bag
absolutely.
right there.
I believe in that because if you have a deal where the label takes all of your royalties or takes, like, you know, most of your royalties and stuff like that, you can still get paid on the side. If you don't got a 360 deal, you can still get all your show money and pocket that. So I'm definitely aware for that.
That's a big fact. I'm like, y'all niggas got to step y'all stage game up or something, like jump off the ceiling or...
Not jump off the ceiling!
Better do what Prince did in '92. Just come out the ceiling with the jeans on. But don't put the butt out though, because you know you might get clowned. But do something.
Don't do the Prince. I love Prince. He is silly. That man was silly. But definitely. What you were saying, boss?
Yeah, but it was just a matter of example of stage presence being the most important because sometimes a lot of niggas have a lot of whack records, but they have the livest stage performances.
Oh yeah, I wanted to also say some advice for artists that don't know how to get their crowd moving. One, don't point out that the crowd's not moving, especially if you're on camera. Don't say, come on, y'all can put your hands up higher than that. Come on, y'all can make more. Don't do that because it looks like you're trying too hard. And then another thing is free shit. People love free shit. It no matter what it is. They just love free shit. Tell them, hey, everybody scream free shit. They going to scream free shit because they want free shit. And actually gives them some free shit. And you could definitely grab the crowd like that.
Yeah, the only ones that can do that are the top dogs like Drake and Jay-Z. They the only ones that can get away with it.
Nah, you can give away lollipops. I bet you go to a rap concert right now and the nigga say, oh, I got these lollipops. Anybody want free lollipops? I bet you the crowd go go crazy for the fucking lollipop. It's probably a bad flavor. They don't even care, but they just love free shit because it's free.
Facts. So you're soaking it up with these legends. You're learning the craftsmanship. Then you're going on to your baby. You're working on your first project. What was it like completing that? And how you feel about that today?
My first project. My first project before I started touring or after?
After.
My first project after I started, the first project was called Queen's Ransom, and I am still in love with that mixtape. That's a dope mixtape. I think that all my old music is fire. People listen to it now, I'm like, this is like, they love it. I used to be with a team called Most Hated Entertainment, and we used to beef with Vado and J Mills a lot, but, you know, shout out to them, and it's called love now. But fucking, I used to be with Most Hated Entertainment or whatever, and I had my own producer, so we really had a sound, like, you know what I'm saying? We really had a sound, and one of the producers is autistic. He still is. He's autistic, but his beats are so fire. Like, and I was able to talk to him and, you know, tell him what I wanted, and he would create it. So that project was a product of that situation, and I love it still.
That's what it is. Because you can look at it like that's being the baby. When you bring the baby out there, that's a look back on how you was then, and when you work on something now, that's like you can see the progression.
Absolutely. I think that I was way more hyper when I was younger. I was like Meek Mill, screaming a lot. That was the only thing that and it wasn't really a problem. It was only a problem when I got on stage and performed. So that was another thing, like watching these great artists, when they perform, they not grasping for air because they right into where they on stage and they can breathe. You feel me? Like you sometimes you gotta take out one of those words in a sentence. That way you can get your little pause and breathe, because it's a big thing when you're on stage. Cause that breathing, oh my God,
and breath control,
jumping around and all of that, oh my God.
That breath control was something else. I like. What was impressive to me, going a little bit further back, was how Big Pun was doing the breath control. Right? Even though when he was rapping the whole in the little diddly, and he about 400 something pounds, and he was just rocking the stage. I like, that's the most incredible shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, that shit like that, him and Busta Rhymes and all them. But you're right, that was a big enough thing. I mean, woo, goodness, spitting fast like that and all of that. But imagine him spitting fast like that and jumping around dancing. Like, this nigga has a super pro. He got super strength.
And Busta, like in his 50s, he's still rocking stages crazy.
And Busta Rhymes move around a lot. I respect him too. But he raps so fast that even if he didn't say the right thing in the middle of that shit, who gonna know? Who gonna know? who gonna point him out? Who gonna check Busta? Talking about you best at the bar. How?
Like, even when you listening, sometimes it go over your head, but it's like, nah, it sound good though. It sound right. Okay, we just gonna rock with it. It sound right. The presentation is dope.
Right. That's a fact. That is a fact.
Because I've seen the same thing. With Ghostface. I've seen the same thing with Ghostface. Like, we ain't understand what 75% of Supreme clientele was, but he made it sound good, so we just rock with it.
I did a show with Ghostface. I'm glad you brought him up. He has the most interesting show I've ever seen ever. He has opera singers singing Ghostface Killer. Like, it's like he puts on a show. Ghostface puts on a show. I fuck with him. But I didn't know he rapped fast and stuff. I only know the songs like "Oh Lord, I got it," and I listen to songs like that. I didn't know he was rapping super fast like that.
Not when he rapped fast, but you know when you listen. I'm talking about when he dropped his second album, The Supreme Clientele. We didn't know what he was talking about, but it went over his head. But at the same time, he made it sound dope. You know, he just has that delivery. Like, we don't know what he talking about, but damn it jammed.
You know who sounds just like him? This nigga named Action Bronson. You ever heard of Action Bronson?
Yeah.
He a fat white guy from Queens. I think he's from Queens. Got orange beard. I did a show with him before he got the million, but he's dope too. But this guy here sounds just like Ghostface. Put on an Action Bronson song right now and close your eyes. You're gonna be like, that's Ghost. That is Ghostface Killer. Like, there's no way it's not. Sounds just like Ghost. And I can't believe he looks like Action and sounds like Ghost.
Would you know, this is a good push over for the next topic. Like, how do you feel about quote unquote biting in hip hop? You know, like, do you see the way this music industry is shape shifting to where it's being acceptable, and like, do you still feel those old school morals about biting? Like, do you still look down upon that?
It depends on how you do it. I would say that, because if I want to sample Tony Braxton beat or whatever, I don't think, and they come out fire, I don't think, it's biting. That's biting. But I don't, it's like, it's how you do it. It's how you, this nigga Drake sung TLC's whole song, Just Like You, I Get Lonely Too. He sung the whole song bar for bar, word for word, just like he took Soulja Boy shit, but he literally took TLC shit, like, and it's fire. So I don't respect that bar for bar shit. I don't respect it. But I sing the Drake songs. I'll listen to that shit, and it's hot. But if he did it and it was whack, boom, Beyonce did the Frankie Beverly in the Maze. You know what I'm saying? She did that.
Yeah.
Everybody loves it, but me personally, I hate it. It sucks. To me, it sucks. I can't believe she did that. I can't believe she messed up my favorite song. Like, don't mess it up. I wasn't mad that you did it. I'm mad you messed it up. You know what I mean? So it's how you do it. It's just how you do it. So, yeah, that's just how you do it. If you're trying to show, like, give props, like, if you, like me saying, like, a Jadakiss bar, I'm probably giving props to homie. I'm not trying to take his whole, like, shit and run with it. I'm just giving props if I say something that he said and it rhymes with something else that I got to say.
I'm glad you brought up the R&B thing, because one of the worst bitings I've ever heard, and I'm going to express it in the air. One of the worst biting that I ever heard with Taylor Swift's cover of September from Earth, Wind & Fire. Like, she ruined a cookout jam right there.
Oh, I'm so glad I did not hear that shit. I'm so happy I did not hear that shit. I will be vexed right now. If I heard that shit right now, I'll be vexed. I'm vexed now that you said she did it. I'm pissed. I can't believe that shit. Oh, my God. Now when I listen to it, I'm going to expect... I want her to go above and beyond.
I might just send you that link. I might just send you the link on to just to see your reaction. You might have to do a reaction video to that.
Oh, God. I got you. Oh, no. Damn. She did that? She did Earth with him. Who the fuck told her to do that? Say, what? She was better off going taking an old from
we ain't talking about the Beach Boys. We talking about Earth, Wind & Fire.
She chose Earth, Wind & Fire? I guess. She you know who I wouldn't be mad at if you said they took an Earth, Wind & Fire and remixed it? I wouldn't be mad if you said Justin Bieber did it. I wouldn't be mad if you said Robin Thicke did it. I don't know why I can't get over the fact that this chick did it. I'm dumb mad. I don't know why. I think because she's not a part of our culture.
Nah, you got this. Nah, she giving the culture the dry chicken version. You know what I mean?
Nah, they don't need that. Don't nobody need that.
Oh man, but I'm gonna definitely send that to you. I'm gonna send that to you after. You gotta give us a reaction video, just off general principle.
I got you. Definitely got you.
Definitely doing that. I definitely got to do that. But going back to you, your craftsmanship, like what motivates your creativity? Like, because in this business, some days you have your days where you just it just wears you down. But what keeps you inspired?
My son. Because when I play my songs, he loves them. He doesn't even know, like, he's 4, so he doesn't really know how to repeat songs too much. Like, I'm not saying he repeats songs, like he listens to like childish songs on like Cartoon Network or Disney and stuff like that. He knows those songs, but when he listens to my songs, my hip hop songs, like he knows the words, and he's like, "Mom, like I like that song." Or if I turn it off, he's like, "Come on, I was listening to that." So, you know, he inspires me because I think like if he likes it, then I know other people will like it because he's very honest. Kids are so honest. So if he hated it, I would probably stop.
That should be a lesson to anybody. Let your kids be your first critic before your record label.
Yeah, I believe that. Especially if they start singing and humming and stuff like that. Oh, you got a hit. You got a hit.
That's right. That's indeed. Yes, indeed. Call number is 516-531-9596. I got the lovely Pearly Wyte in the building. We building on everything from the bland chicken version of September, real hip hop. You know what I mean? We building on a lot of things right here. Had to put it out there. So anybody that want to call in and show some love, donate to the movement, we in the building right now.
I also want to say rest in peace to the late, great DMX. I learned a lot from him, too.
One of the biggest blows in hip-hop.
My old manager was real cool with him and used to help him with his music and stuff like that. He made me watch DMX perform before he let me, like, perform with DMX. So there's a video of me on stage with DMX, and I did a show with him. But before that show, I had to watch him do a show. They made me watch him do a show. Before every tour, I used to go to the Rough Rider studio. I don't know why. I guess to be inspired. I used to go see D.Y. They would be there. I'll be with Superior or whatever. They used to give us merchandise and shit like that, magazines, shirts, CDs. Well, I don't know why they would do that, but they did. And I'm grateful. So shout out to DMX. Rest in peace.
Yeah, that was a big blow to the culture, man. I'm still feeling that now. It's just the energy is not really the same anymore because people don't realize, and we both come up from that era where we seen him at his prime and at his peak, how much that he brought to the table in terms of not only rhyme skill and creativity, but also he shifted a movement back to the streets when we had niggas just dancing in shiny suits and drinking champagne. He took this back to the block.
To the streets, right. Yes, he did. Like, yes, he did. Hard shit. All hard. That stop being greedy video is hard. It's hard.
And we talked about this on the show. Big shout out to Snipe Life. We had him on a while back. But we talked about DMX. Mm-hmm.
I fuck with Snipe Life. He's a dope individual. He's an advocate for autism. Shout out to him.
Yeah, real good dude.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about when DMX was on. We was talking about DMX's impact, and we knew he was a star when he dropped How It's Going Down. When you drop that record for the ladies, that's it.
That song was crazy. That song is crazy. That song's crazy. That song is hard. Even like his new music is fire. I have to like, he was doing so much right before he passed away. That's the very, very, very unfortunate part. But he was just a legend. He was great. He was definitely great. One thing that a lot of people don't know is those songs that came out with the label that he was with, I don't know if it was Def Jam Rough Riders, but he had those songs previously. So this is another thing that I want artists to know because a lot of people don't. And I know that they don't because when I bring it up, they can't even believe the things that I'm saying. They don't get it. before DMX got on, that Slippin' I'm Falling, he already had that song out. But he ended up bringing it back once he went to the label. Like, when he went back to the label, he brought it back. The certain songs he brought back that he already had out previously. And I want artists to know that if you have a hit now, and you don't be afraid to, like, if it's a hit now and everybody hasn't heard it, like you're not on a grand platform or anything like that, don't be afraid to bring that shit back. Don't be afraid to. Because it could really be a hit. It may not have been the right time. Don't be afraid to keep pushing the single for however long you need to push it, because it could be this. You just got to get it to the right person, the right hand.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because you never know what's going to be the record that's going to catapult you. There's some records that's out now that were probably made 3 or 4 years ago. Just now getting good.
I hear it all the time, especially them down south songs. Then I'll go on Twitter, like somebody like Roddy Ricch will come out or whatever. There's people that's like, oh, I've been heard that song, da 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 da. Like, how the fuck did you hear about this nigga years ago and he just did a video on MTV Jams yesterday? Like, what you mean you've been heard of him? So, you know, it's a grind. That's a grind. So you can't be afraid to grind with a single or with a project or with a song. You can't be afraid to go back to a certain song. You gotta, even though you gotta keep bringing out new material, you definitely gotta keep bringing out new material. But if you're not in the grand scheme, don't be afraid to go back to your old shit if you think it was super fire and figure that shit out. Like, your man Fab. How many times are you gonna hear Fab say, "I'm old enough to know better, young enough to not give a fuck, rather hold my head high and die than live and die"? I heard him say that on like 8 songs. You feel me? So if it works, it works.
That's what I call verse hustling.
Say that again.
I call that verse hustling.
Oh yeah, niggas is good for that. But it works.
You selling the same verse over. Hey, I'm like, look, you got to get that money how you can, because you know. We talked about it many times within this business. It's a very corrupt business, so you got to get in how you get it.
I'd rather somebody jack themselves than jack somebody else. It's more respectable. Because at that point, you're trying to create a sound. I'm old enough to young, but that's the sound. You're trying to make that a sound, like, you know what I'm saying? But the other, I don't know. I'd rather somebody bite themselves than bite somebody else. Especially if they're going to make it fire.
That's a big fact.
Especially if they're not going to make it fire. Don't bite somebody and make it trash. Bite and make it fire, period.
That's some good game right there. So how do you feel about where current New York hip-hop is at right now? Because for a couple of years, it's like the city went through transitions of where they try to appeal to the South, appeal to the West. Do you see it like really coming back to its forefront?
I had this conversation with Ebro. It's all Ebro's fault. That's how I feel. Everything is Ebro's fault. I don't care. Blame Ebro because he is in charge of Hot 97. It's not what are the artists out here doing. It's what he's playing on the radio. Right. I told him, like, you're sitting there playing artists. You're playing songs. I don't. Let me backtrack and do damage control. I don't knock nobody's music, no matter where they from or nothing. But if you want to have New York radio, play at least an hour of New York artists, like real artists, not just Pop Smoke because he died. Like, come on, and not just Fabio because you know what I'm saying. There's other artists. When I was downstairs. When I was down south in Baltimore, as soon as you get to Baltimore, you turn on the radio and they're playing, and not just at night at between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. when nobody's freaking up. This was in the daytime. They're playing artists from their city. They're playing artists from their city and making them hot and relevant. And then who's gonna pick it up? Hot 97 because they're dick riders. I didn't mean to say it, but I had to say it. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit because there are so many rappers in New York, but Ebro is not playing them, and I think that's trash. And that makes people think that, oh, we trying to be like down south, but no, there's rappers from New York that's trying to be rappers from New York, but Hot 97 and 105 is pushing what they want to push, and I ain't mad, but at some point you gotta not just do it for the check. You gotta do it for the love. You gotta do it for the authenticity. You gotta do it for the culture. You gotta do it because New York is hip hop. Like, New York is hip hop, swag, everything. This is hip hop. So if they look at us for the next big thing, why are you chasing everybody else instead of just looking where you are? They looking at us for the next best thing, and we glorifying them like they us. And no disrespect to nobody, but come on, man, they know they trying to be like us. That's why they hate us so much. No disrespect to nobody.
I think what it is too. See, I remember when Griselda, they were just coming off, and nobody at that station or Big Radio for that matter didn't really want to play any of their records. But then when the big homie, I would say Jay-Z, gave that cosign, you hear Griselda getting interviews everywhere on that station. Now they get their records played. So it's like they wait till a certain act get real. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm glad they're doing that because I'll be real with you. That's the hardest music, the best music, not the best. He's not even dope to me, but he is straight up New York, straight New York swag, straight New York, and that's what I like about him. And the fact that he's on the radio, that's what I like because a lot of these artists that are, I think they from New York, but they not. It's not New York rap. They New York hip hop. So there's the difference. It's the rap scene that is being attacked. It's being attacked because New York rappers don't like, we don't dance like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we give substance, like we got real shit to say, things like that, but the radio wants to play strip club music. We got to fall in line because at the end of the day, Ebro's in charge. So once again, blame Ebro. You got to play what Ebro likes. That's trash. So I guess.
That play a key factor when it comes to the culture because what's interesting about these stations is that they're the first ones saying we're for the culture or we'll let hip-hop live. I'm like, you guys are better off with just saying that y'all for the pop nation.
Right. Or the strip clubs. The only, now I don't want to say the only, but one DJ that I respect a lot is, and I really love DJ Drewski. I wasn't going to mention DJ Drewski, but DJ K-Slay. DJ K-Slay is for the culture. And so is Flex, but Slay is for the culture. He gives people a shot. Period. Like, I feel like he's probably the only one that really does.
Yeah, because he's from the town. And did you hear that how he got 110 MCs on that one video?
No, I didn't know. Send me that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he just put out a video the other day. Got 110 rappers over there called 110 Deep. Everybody from New York is on that thing almost.
And see, that's what I'm saying. So if he put out a CD with 100 songs of people from New York, why does New York radio sound like Houston, Texas?
Good question.
That makes no sense.
Because
he just put out 100 rappers. He put out 100 rappers.
110 MCs. Now, even though some of them are from different places, but for the most part, a lot of them are from New York. He also reached out to the old cast. Like, he even had Belly Mel up there for the message.
Nice. I don't know. I just blame Ebro, bro. I blame Ebro till I get a talk on Facebook. So,
So yeah, I mean, but that's what gives us the motivation to do what we do, because we've seen how unfair the game is to a lot of talented acts like you guys. So I was like, okay, what we're gonna do instead of just complaining, we're gonna try to create an outlet. And that's why we wanted to reach out. And I'm glad that you reached out to us, because it's like you're very talented, and we want to put you out there even more. And you have a great personality, too, which brings me to my last question, because I know you got to go and handle some things. But what is the importance behind networking in this business and that getting you far out there?
What was the question?
About networking, the importance behind that.
Oh, it's 100% important. That's the way I got known in Baltimore. I never, I've barely been. The first time I went to Baltimore, I had cameras in my face. I was on radio shows. I'd never been to Baltimore. That was that one time. Then again, I'm in Baltimore, and they say, "Yo, Pretty White's in the building." The whole crowd going crazy. That's because I'm networking. These are people that know me from online. And then not only that, my Twitter, like I said, I had 84,000 followers. People asking me, how'd you get that? Because I went from town to town doing shows and made sure I said, follow me. Like, that's very, very, very important, because if you're not networking, nobody's going to want to put no money into you, because they're going to have to do all the work. They want to see you doing some work, too. They don't want to have to do all the work, because they're doing all the networking. Don't get it twisted, but you need to be doing something, too. If you need a network in order to meet somebody that would network for you. Your network is your net worth, like, period. Like, the more people you know, and not just the more people you know, but the more people you have connections with, and you're good and humble to, there's nothing bad that could come from that. There's nothing bad that could come from knowing too many people and being a good, humble, patient person. There's nothing bad that could come from that. So I think it's extremely important.
It's very important, because sometimes it's like it ain't really about your talent, but also how you convey to people. That can get you in the door, because I've seen and known a lot of people that are really talented, but then you hear about their attitudes, you hear about they don't really network with you back. That can really hinder a lot of people opportunities.
That might, you want to know something? Playing devil's advocate. That might be some of the issue with New York rappers. They probably don't network enough to be seen and be heard and things like that. And, we kind of got to roll up against anybody, because, like I said, you got to be tough where I'm from. So maybe that could play a part, but for the radio stations, it's their job to find talent. That's their jobs. But as an artist, it's also your job to network. So it goes hand in hand.
I look at it like this, too. It's at the end of the day, if the record is hot and it has a great sound message, you got to play it. Even there's niggas that we don't like. But if the record provides a positive message, we got to play it. It's bigger than me. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely do. Remember when Cardi B was on Love and Hip Hop, and she was asking herself, why you not playing my music? And he said, you didn't sign the papers? Like, run that back. Her music's hot. What the paper got to do with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's messed up. Her music's hot. You don't want to help. People don't want to help nobody if they can't get their cut. All the whole politics to me it's trash but needed. But, I don't like it. It's politics for a reason, huh?
Yeah, you love the music, but you hate the music business.
Yeah,
you're dealing with a lot of people that pretend, and if you being with a lot of you ladies, y'all deal with it extra because everybody tried to camouflage their
hit. Everybody trying to hit, or they don't think that that's why they don't think that what's going to come out your mouth is going to come out your mouth. That's why I like to give the shock value. I love that part. Sometimes they just don't take us serious, and a lot of that has to do with the way that the previous females have carried themselves. Besides Eve, she's probably the only one that can really get respect like that. Like, everybody get respect, but it's a certain type of respect. Eve probably most likely gets the hood respect on the block. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she gets a different type of respect. Trina get respect because of her big ass and she's pretty. Like, Nicki Minaj gets respect because of her big ass and her titties and she's pretty. Like, there's a different type of respect. So I just feel like it's the way you carry yourself.
Yeah, you know what? People have the whole notion of the looks could get you in the door. But the way I see it, the looks could get you in the door, but the talent could keep you in there.
Right. That's true. But I don't even think it should have anything to do with looks. That's another thing. Like, I was about to get a BBL. And I was only going to get it because I've been seeing other female rappers that's, you know, they getting on and stuff like that. And they good, you get me? But I know that because they got the BBL, they got, like, you know, they got a shot faster than I did. So it's like, but I also, right when I was thinking about doing it, I did a show in Brooklyn. And I talked to somebody about it because I was asking him about my dress and shit like that. And he was like, after I performed, he was like, listen, your talent is going to take you way further than what you look like. So don't be uncomfortable. Like, you're fine. You're super pretty or whatever. But your talent is going to take you further than your avatar. So just keep that in mind. So once he said that to me, and that same night I seen the girl that had a BBL and it looked like it hurt. So
you was like, I'm good on that.
I just feel like, huh?
I know you was like, I'm good on that.
Yeah, I was like, she looked good from afar, but I was able to see her skin. That shit looked painful. That shit looked painful. So I'm good with the music and my little bit of butt. Keep it moving.
But at the end of the day, the talents is what we looking for what we looking for hearing from you. Because if people want to see ass and titties, they could just go on Google, go on Pornhub, go on all these other sites.
Facts.
Because it's like, at the end of the day, this is the music industry. I'm like, if you don't want to spend the music industry, go to the porn industry. I mean, there's plenty of room there. This is about music here. It's about bars, and that's what you bring to the table.
Thank you. The fact.
So yeah. On that note, I know you got to sign in because I know you had a long day. So you have any shout outs you want to give out?
Definitely shout out to my Coke Boy family. Shout out Coke Girls. Shout out Coke Boy Swish. Shout out Coke Boy Blue City. Shout out Drew Pop. Shout out Cheese. Shout out my guy from the Capitol building. My guy was in the Capitol building. Bugsy. Shout out Bugsy. Shout out the whole Yonkers. And shout out Jadakiss. That's my guy.
Now, where can people find you and, purchase your mixtape, Out on Bail, which is fire right now? You niggas better get that.
Out on Bail is available everywhere for streaming. You could go to Spotify. You could look up PURLY Wyte Out on Bail. You could go to iTunes, Amazon. You could go, even if you listen to the mixtape, the entire album is on YouTube on the playlist, and it's also on SoundCloud. If you go to those sites, I still get paid when you click on a song, so go check me out.
Y'all heard it. PURLY Wyte in the building, representing. Y'all better get that album, stream that album. No more bootleg. Or we gonna see you.
Yo, you are funny. Thank you for having me.
We just gotta set that line up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot to what you guys do, which in terms of putting the music together, the sound together. Can't have niggas out here just illegally streaming. We gotta set the course up.
Facts. Don't bootleg my shit. Go to iTunes.
Gonna take it back to 93 on you niggas.
That's it.
Giving y'all wedgies.
You go back to 93? You talking about with no Instagram, no social media, no camera phones, flip phones, photo to him, big as your fucking
None of that.
shoe?
We just give wedgies. We ain't gonna advocate violence. We just gonna give you a wedgie.
I was gonna say, back then they used to get left in the ditch and nobody knows about it. Still, that's an unsolved mystery case.
Straight wedgies. That's what we giving y'all. We
not the wedgies. Wedgies hang them on a fence. Swing the gate.
Or better yet, we go back to some high school shit. We just give them swirlies.
Not a swirly. Oh my God!
Your head in the toilet.
Do you know my freshman day? I was sick. I'm like, is that what they doing? But then I was also like, I'm gonna have to beat one of these niggas up. I can't believe it. My first day. But they really used to do that. That's devastating. A swirly is devastating.
Swirlies, wedgies, you name it.
That's because there was no social media.
Y'all
Now
Generation Z, y'all blessed. Y'all Generation Z was blessed. Y'all blessed. Y'all come up in the Instagram era, where y'all ain't got to talk to each other for about a whole year.
This era is soft. Soon they're gonna be doing internet boxing. It's not gonna be no physical contact. Fucking get on my nerves.
Oh, I can't get hit, so I'm gonna do internet boxing.
Fucking Twitter fingers. I don't want.
They gonna come up with. I bet you that's gonna come up, cause that's some Total Recall stuff. That's gonna be like you gonna have virtual boxing in 2025.
Well, you wanna know something? Shout out to all the boxers. That shit will be more safe, actually. I would sign my son up just so you could get his hand coordination. That's dope.
Yeah, they gonna create something to where you could take up boxing and don't get hurt. Like you get hit in the head, you ain't not gonna even feel it.
Your boy Mayweather gonna be like, this is some bullshit. He gonna do bad interviews. You mean tell me I'm getting knocked the fuck out? Hell hard. Pacquiao gonna be tight.
If anything, I think Tyson and them gonna be tight. Older era, because they literally had to jump in that jungle with real tough warriors. And I'm like, damn, this is bullshit. Niggas getting 100 million.
Them buns, them big old niggas. Paying you hard as fuck. Imagine the big old nigga hitting you hard as fuck for a check. Oh, damn. That was the and then the next year y'all gotta touch each other? Oh nah. Somebody getting beat up.
Oh my God.
I was like, nah, we not even gonna take this. I'll be his ass myself. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? They not getting hit? Nah, I'm gonna hit him. I'll hit him.
Oh yeah, they're gonna come up. I gotta say this before we leave, but I know they're probably gonna come up with non-contact football, the non-contact football league.
I know a basketball coach that told me that football will be safe by the time my son is playing. So you might be right. Because I don't want my son in football only because it's too much contact. I know people that was in the NFL and they really got that trauma shit. They don't think they got the trauma, but I know you from back in the day, and then we spoke another day, and you ain't right. So I don't want him playing football. But basketball, tennis, baseball, that type of shit.
Oh, yeah, they're going to come with the flag. They're going to probably come with flag football for the NFL in 10 years. They already setting that up.
Yeah, when they come up with that, he could definitely join the league. Guys, with some big ass. He's going to be big than a motherfucker. Hopefully. Because that's a serious thing. You don't want people getting hurt just to make a check. Like, that's a sacrifice that nobody should have to make, to be honest. That's a purge.
Oh, yeah, before we leave, big shout-out to Sha'Carri Richardson, keep the struggle alive. You're going to come back 30,000 times stronger.
Yep, that's it.
Tell y'all, I'm already going to put a Bitcoin wager on her. She's going to beat the hell out of all these girls coming in.
I think she is.
They done
She
pissed. They
probably
done motivated.
right now. She probably walking around right now with some weights on her ankles, going to sleep with weights on her ankles, eating her Wheaties.
Oh, she coming for next. She gonna beat all these heifers.
That's it.
Just watch what I say, because, when she get off that suspension, she get off those papers, she'll take all them trophies.
They took off and put on probation, she on papers. I can't.
You know when they suspend you from these leagues, I call it papers. But when they get her off, ooh, the game is going to be over.
Yep, that's it.
So yeah, as Suge Knight would say, keep your guard up. We riding with you.
Why do you have quotables from Suge Knight? What? That's Suge Knight quote?
I had to think of something to fit the situation. That was just off the head.
I don't know. I didn't know Suge Knight spoke, so I'm in awe. This nigga speaks. This nigga looks scary all the fucking time when I see him. I'm gonna see this nigga talk.
You know how it be? It be like Debo when he come down there. It be like Debo when he come down to the block. Everybody tuck their jewelry in and move different when he come in.
That's it. That's it. What up, Red? What up, Smoke? That's it. That's all I see this nigga Suge Knight saying. What you got on my 40, homie? Oh, damn.
What bite? Chains been taken, all that stuff.
One bite. Oh, shit. What record deal? Oh, shit. What advancement check? Dumb funny.
That's probably how it went. The check that, the records that I sold. What records?
What records? The ones on the radio.
Oh, yeah. That one.
Yo, they said, oh, yeah.
Then, the cold part about it, it ain't going to be when Debo, when Debo not homie in the air, it ain't going to be no situation like that. He going to take you into a room, and he going to fight 3 or 4 little homies that are like 300-something pounds for your money.
Not 300. I can't. Not for your money. He said for your money, not for his money. He fighting them niggas for your money.
Supposed to get that advance. You got to fight one of the little homies. Now, the little homies is probably like 240 pounds, fresh out the joint, 6'3".
Have you eaten them? That nigga eating them niggas. I'm crying.
So you sitting there like, okay, let me get back to work for free.
For free. Not for free.
Well, this is what we do. This is what we do on Off the Cuff Radio. We be cutting up like this. It's like this all the time.
Don't. I love it here.
I know you got to go ahead and get yourself some rest, so I appreciate you joining us. It's been a blast. We definitely looking forward to hearing from you again. This time I'll bring my co-host on next time, so hopefully when you have a project to come out, you just welcome to call the board. Just let us know. We definitely going to build from there.
After all 4 of my videos drop, I'll hit you back up and we could do something else. Definitely shout out to Off the Cuff Radio. Y'all are so dope. That's
right. So on that note, we up out of here. Catch us again this Friday night. Y'all enjoy y'all holiday weekend and stop busting them fireworks over my house.
Later, love.
Peace out.
Peace.